Hey, first of all, I wanted to start off saying that my 2 months video, I did something and it's, I don't even know. Also, I saw my counselor today and she said my voice has changed since she last saw me, which was 2 weeks ago, maybe, and then in the last month, apparently it's changed. So it was like, yeah. And before I also begin, my throat really hurts, so yeah, I don't know why, but I might be getting sick, so maybe my voice is just getting stuffed up, or my nose and it's making a change. I don't even know. So, yeah. Okay. So, I decided yesterday I was talking to my friend about, my new school and how much I don't want to leave it now. In the very beginning, it was kind of lonely and I did want to leave it, but now I have friends and I really like the school, and it's just like, I wish I didn't have to go, but I do because it takes a while to get there. So, yeah. So besides not wanting to leave the school, I thought back to the schools at halfway through the year, Holy Cross, and then to now. So, I'll tell you the differences and tell you what it was all like. So, school I'm at now, no one knows, right? Everyone's nice and friendly, and they all see me as me, and I have 2 good friends, and I have a bunch of other friends, not a whole bunch of close ones. I have 2 close ones that know, and people are really friendly there. No one judges. Yeah, no one's really mean. Anyways, so before at Holy Cross, and I'll start with grade 8. In grade 8, I went there. Was unnoticed. I wanted it to stay that way, where no one really cared or knew anything personal about me, but then I felt like people were talking about boys and stuff, and I felt really awkward, so, and I just decided I was going to try something new. Drop my phone. And anyways, talk to people, so, and tell them how I actually felt inside, since I was building it up all throughout elementary. So then I told my friends, because I felt like I was confused back in grade 8, and when I did realize I knew that I didn't like guys, but I felt like it was too big of a step. So at a Catholic school, you don't want to go and jump out saying that you're lesbian. So I was like, yeah, I'm bi. And my friends were like, really? Some of them, because only about 2 knew. And I wasn't openly telling people, but somehow it got out. And then people started reacting. And the reactions I got from people were different. Like, guys, they didn't really care. Some of them were like, But the girls, I remember how awful it was. I was walking through the hallways, and you'd have girls looking at me trying to get away from me, or they'd be like awkwardly. And I didn't really know what it was at first, but I just remember I was walking through the hallways and they all turning, smiling, hi. They didn't know how to approach me or something. So I just walked by and I was like, and then one of my friends who happened to be popular, I told her how I was feeling, and she said that she'd get rid of it, say it was a rumor, and do something. So she stopped it, and people stopped believing it. My close friends knew. Anyways, and then that was alright. Grade 8, I was really depressed though. And grade 9, so what happened there is, started off okay. Because in grade 8, you have a lot of friends. Everyone's kind of friendly. Grade 9, you start getting more into your groups. So, in grade 9, my friend group narrowed, And then that's when I started dating first girl that I dated ever, Brooke. But it was a quiet relationship first. Not many people knew about it. Some people like found out, and then by then I was labeled as like, well, I cut my hair and stuff before we started going out. So, and when I cut my hair and started dating Brooke, let's say my plan to stay under the radar, gone. Everyone in Evergrade pretty much knew who I was. Like, someone, they at least heard of me or saw me or something, at least once. It was just, people knew who I was. So, this was the girl with short hair then. So then what happened is people started, like, commenting, and when it became public, that's when people really started. Like, people would be, like, they'd walk by and they'd make comments like, tranny and stuff like that, because that's when I sort of came out to people. But they still saw her as Les, which is weird considering that they mocked me for being transgender, and then, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so then they would say mean things, and then eventually it got to the point where people would throw things at me, and then people would like kick me. And I remember one time someone was standing on my fingers, and I was hanging from the stairs because I was climbing on a vent, and then the other person came by and kicked my legs off, so I was hanging by my fingers. My friends were just standing there as they were like kicking me, and I was like, guys, help, and no one stopped. There were some people that were nice. It's not that the school's bad, because, I mean, people are going to encounter that are like this anywhere you go, but, so, anyways, it's not like the school was bad or anything, but then people started, hurting me physically, and then they'd make comments to my girlfriend too, to all my friends, well, my ex, and they'd be like, basically harassing my friends too. So I lost friends because of that. And so yeah, and then in class, like I'd be working, and then someone would be like, hey, when are you getting a penis? And they'd be like, hey, I heard you say this. In the middle of class, when it was like silent, and the teacher didn't do anything, students didn't do anything, I just sat there feeling so embarrassed. And everyone knew who I was, people referred to me badly. In the hallways, it was like walking. I'd be like walking down the center, and people would be like feet away from me. Like I'd have the entire hallway to myself. As soon as I walked in the hallway, people would separate. And when I was walking, and people would separate like that, like before, my friends in grade 9, they'd stick up for me. They'd be like, stupid, you don't get it, and you have no right. But then I lost those friends eventually because they moved schools. And then in grade 10, the beginning of the year, my friends would just walk with me. Just walk. And people would mock them too. And it got to be a point that their parents were like, you shouldn't be friends with this kid. People would call me it, and they referred to me badly, and I was kicked out of the change room. People didn't want to be around me. They felt uncomfortable. They didn't know what to say. And eventually, those two friends I had, they started feeling awkward because people kept threatening them, like, you're going to be friends with this then you're going to have no friends. So basically, it was a sacrifice if you wanted to talk to me. So then they just like separated, and then some days I'd be alone. It would just be me and my sister. And my sister was even getting bullied because of it. So yeah, that school was awful, and it was to the point that I had to switch, or else. Go away!
What?
Or else, who knows what would happen. So, yeah. And now the school is much better. It's like, no one knows, and I don't have to worry about anything. And it's just like, and gosh, I switched, or else who knows what would have happened. It really sucks to be in that situation. Anyways, I'm happy now. So, just thought I'd let you guys know. Anyways, bye.